Ethereum emergency update. We are likely to see the price go down because of the particular pattern unfolding. So we're going to look at the short, medium, and long term and what we should be excited about and how we can make some serious money from Ethereum. So let's dive straight in. The key thing to keep in mind with Ethereum and all markets is that the markets move in fives and threes. And today we're going to talk about pattern, we're going to talk about momentum, and how we can really peg the low. And by the way, if you want to learn how to make some serious money from the markets, you can now take my masterclass, How to Trade the Markets, the 4 secrets you must know to make some serious money. Because the markets are driven by fear and greed. And we want to know and identify in advance the patterns that are unfolding. So the link is in the description below. It's absolutely free. But we're going to apply this now to Ethereum. So if you see my content before, you know I love Elliott wave theory. And it's one of the ways, the best way to measure psychology. And we're looking for fives and threes. Now we've got this 3-wave down here. It's called an ABC correction. And over the last few weeks, we made some good money on this part of the market, shorting the market, and you can do the same. But this doesn't look like the low. Why? Because we didn't get follow through. Now, what you want to just take into account is we can only do probabilities and never certainties, but we can make serious money with high probabilities like a casino. And when we saw this bull reversal, we had pattern price and time over here. But then as the momentum is moving up, we anticipate that the market should be quite bullish. But we didn't get that. What we got instead was this kind of weak movement to the upside, and it looks more corrective. So now that the momentum is overbought in terms of in this region over here, it's very likely we're going to see one more leg to the downside. Now I've drawn out the key ratios because these markets, these waves, the green lines and the yellow lines, they have a particular relationship to one another. And we want to be very aware of $1,100. So we're likely to see Ethereum test $1,100. However, the great news is, and this is what we've been patient for, really patient for, is that we're coming towards what looks like the end of a wave 2. This is my favorite, by far, chart pattern. This ABC of a wave 2, which typically breaks down to a 5-wave over here. By the way, there's a lot of stuff I know I'm drawing over here, but I cover this in great detail in the 4 secrets you must know to make money trading the markets. And this is what we're talking about, being very patient for a high probability setup. So what's the 2 other factors you want to take into account when we're looking at Ethereum from a technical perspective? Now, keep in mind, fundamentals, the merge, how people are feeling about Ethereum is baked into the price action. So what we're looking at here is the mass herd psychology, the billions of dollars that are being traded is being reflected in the price. So I've just done a screenshot over here in the top left. And this here is the weekly momentum. Why is that important? Well, it gives us a nice indication of the macro trend. And when the blue line on the weekly goes above the red over here, and we can see the numbers over here, it's just gone above, that tells us we are at or near a weekly low that will probably last a number of weeks. So what the thing is to wait for now is for the Ethereum momentum to allow it, give it space, the daily momentum to go over sold, waiting for the blue line to cross over the red down here. If it reaches this price and time zone and pattern, which is this 5th wave over here, all of a sudden we have a very high probability end of wave 2. Why is this very exciting? Well, Ethereum is a powerhouse project, right? There's no doubt about it. But what typically occurs after a completion of a wave 2 is something called a wave 3. Because markets move in 5s and 3s. And as you can see over here, with the green, I've drawn it in green, is the intermediate wave count, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. What we're looking at over here is the market expanding to the next. It's almost like the next buying behavior. And it's so common that we can just count on it and trade it in a way that makes us a lot of money. So then this becomes a wave 1. This becomes a wave 2. And then the likelihood is that Ethereum is likely, very, very likely, and I'm just going to do just a forecast over here, the particular ratios that we want is, it's a golden mean, it's a Fibonacci ratio called 1.618. So it's really highly probable that we will see Ethereum explode to the upside, not immediately. We're expecting $1,100, that region first, and then in that 2,000, 2,800, 3,000 range. That's what we're looking for. And it's all about stacking the odds in your favor. And if you want to know how to really, trade Ethereum and make some serious money, you'll not only get an invite to my private Telegram, because I'm looking for more students and I want to teach you how to make serious money, because these patterns are predictable. And a big stepping stone is to take my free 4 Secrets Masterclass, the 4 things you must know to make consistent money from the markets. So if you like today's video, like, subscribe, hit the bell notification. I'm here to serve you, to bring valuable information, especially with top cryptocurrency projects and other markets and other time frames, because this methodology not only applies to crypto, it applies to gold, it applies to oil, it applies to stocks and shares. Why? Because it's crowd psychology and buying and selling behavior. Let's finish with a quote from my book. We're going to go with chapter 1 today. We're going to go with the famous Michael Jordan. Phenomenal quote, right? We can learn some valuable lessons here. And he said this: I've missed more than 9,000 shots in my career. I've lost almost 300 games. 26 times I've been trusted to take the game-winning shot and missed. I've failed over and over and over again in my life, and that is why I succeed. So with Ethereum, now I anticipated the low was already made, but the price is the best indicator and it tells us how the market is feeling. And because we didn't get that follow through, it's just going to be a correction. It's likely going to roll over, test $1,100, and then we are looking for the trend reversal. And then we're going to have 4 elements, and the 4 secrets that I teach in the masterclass are literally playing out almost perfectly with Ethereum. And we are getting ready to go long, which may last a number of weeks. And I'm going to finish with another quote because it's great when it comes to trading. The trend is your friend. Ride it until its end, until it reaches its bend. Now we are looking at this end of a wave 2 trend, which has been like a few weeks. And now we're looking for that reversal, and then we're looking to ride that wave 3. And wave 3s is where you make the most amount of money.